Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Dr. Mommy Budgets and I am Amanda. Today I am here to do my week 1 budget projection for the month of March 2022. So if you're interested in this sort of content, then please stick around for the remainder of this video. Okay guys, for those that are new here, welcome. And for those that are not new, welcome back. I'm trying a different feature on my camera today to see if the display is crispier, sharper. So yeah, I hope this video turns out okay because we have a lot to go through in this budget projection. So I am going to try and move quickly so the video won't be super long. But of course, you know, in a budget projection, you are projecting what your money will do for an entire time frame. In my case, it is 1 week because I get paid every single Friday. Therefore, I am going to list out all of my transactions and expenses to show you what I plan to do with the money in the upcoming week. So now with that out of the way, we do have the coffee here on deck and we have our budget projection tablet here, which I am going to display up on the screen for you right now so you can follow along with me. All right, you should have it there. So let's move forward. At the top of the page, I was able to find 2 inspirational phrases in the back of my mind because I have been dealing with these earlier in the week. So some days are better than others, which is very self-explanatory. Yes, some days you're gonna feel better than others. Some days you're gonna think better than others. Some days you're gonna look better than others. Some days you are just going to be, you know, your best all around than other days. So what you want to do in that regard is you want to pay attention to your mental health. Okay. If you're feeling like you're starting to, you know, feel depressed or think sad thoughts or whatever the case may be, then you want to try and find something that you enjoy doing to make yourself happy, to try and snap up out of that funk. Okay, so I don't know what that looks like for you, but you know those things that will make you feel better. All right, let's dive right in. Week 1, budget projection, March the 4th, 2022. First up, like I said, guys, we got a lot of things that are changing in this budget, but as you can see, I wrote everything down. Actually, let me make sure it's projected up on the screen. Okay, yes it is. Now, I've written everything down and some numbers are changing. So first up is the mortgage. Yes, the mortgage number, for those that are old, remember my mortgage was $268. That is the amount that I used to have to set aside for 3 weeks out of the 4 weeks, but now it has increased to $281. And the reason why is because the property value has increased, therefore the mortgage, property insurance increased, and also the property taxes increased. So yeah, that's why we're here. So also you see that means that increase was $13. So that's why you see the negative $13 there in parentheses. All right, number 2, we have the water bill coming in at $98. Next, we have phone and internet at $219. Now, I'm going to go back through and talk through some of these. That's why you see those descriptions out to the right of these numbers. Next, we have auto insurance coming in at $54. Then we have student loans at $100. College spending account, $25. Debt monies, these are extra monies that I can pay toward whatever debt. That is $304. Next, we have household expenses for $194. Children's savings accounts, $28.50. HOA fees at $6.70. And the cushion amount is $25.15. So that gives us a total this week As you can see, you see scratch outs here, so that means I was doing this in real time. And this is kind of what you want to do, guys. You want to go through and you want to make sure your numbers are correct. So the total for this week is $1,335.35. That is a step one. Okay. Now, step two is to go back up through these expenses and put a PA with a pink circle around it beside any items that I'm not paying this week. That PA means put away, means I'm putting that money away in the bill savings account for later use. So you do see those numbers there. I'm not going to repeat them. So we're going to go down and we're going to get that total. But before we get the total, let's jump back up because I normally leave $12.28 in this account each week to satisfy my expenses. However, you see the amount is above the number I normally leave in the account. So let's subtract. That $1,335.35 minus the $12.28, which is the amount I normally leave in there, equals $107.35. So that is money that I will need to pull out of the bill savings account right here on paper. And that's why that number gets a blue cloud around it, because it has a relationship with that number below it. So now that we have totaled up the put away amounts, let's go right to that line. So the total put away amount for this week is going to be $745.70. So that is an amount that I need to put away, but we're doing it right here on paper right now because we are not to the final step of this process. All right, that's step two. Step three is to go back up through the items and put a purple triangle beside any item that I will be paying for this week. I will be taking care of that item in this upcoming week. And you see all those items there listed. I'm not going to go through every single one of them, but there are a couple that I am going to talk about, being the water bill and the phone and internet. Water bill, actually, I project $98 per week or per month on that. But this week, the water bill came in at $77. So we're going to have to subtract the actual from the projected. So that $98 minus $77 equals $21. $21, get a yellow line under it because it indicates that I need to put that money away or put it back in the bill savings account this week because the actual was lower than the projected. All right, now let's move along to the phone and internet. I'm not sure if you saw previous videos, but I will no longer be paying the internet. My son decided that he wanted to take on that bill. Therefore, I will just be paying phone and cell service. So, as you can see, I used to project $219 to cover both. However, the new bill, I finally got it, is coming in at $151, and that's just for 4 phone lines on my plan. So, as you can see, I have that positive $68 set aside out there in parentheses. It gets a yellow line because that's going to be the extra amount that I will have for not paying the internet. So that amount will be putting away in the bill savings account this week right here on paper. So those are the two I just want to go through. So let's hop down to the line right below that PA line with the pink circle around it. And what we're going to do at this particular time is we're going to take care of the 2 numbers that are in the blue clouds. One number we need to pull out of the bill savings account this week, and the other number we need to put away. So we need to subtract those 2 numbers. $745.70 minus $107.35 equals $638.35. That number gets a yellow line under it. Because it has a relationship with 2 other numbers that have yellow lines under them, which you see above, back up in our projected transaction list. All right, so that number, that $638.35, is what we will put away in the bill savings account right here on paper. That's what's going on there. We're putting that amount away on paper because we're not done. All right, so as I just stated, let's take care of all of the numbers with the yellow lines under them. You see up top, we have water bill amount of $21 we need to put away. We have that $68 from the phone and internet service we need to put away. this is great. I love putting monies back into the bill savings account for later, because that means that, you know, all that money wasn't used. So let's go down, and we're going to go right up above the lines where you see the word notes. And we're going to add all those, because all three of those numbers with the yellow lines under them are amounts that need to be put away this week. So we have the $638.35 plus the $21 plus the $68. That gives us a total of $727.35. That number does get a full yellow box around it, because that is actually what I will be doing with my monies this week out of this week's paycheck. I will be taking that $727.35 and putting it in my bills savings account for later usage to pay for other expenses. There you have it. Now let's move real quick into this note section. This is typically something I don't put on this sheet, but since we have these moving parts, I need to write notes to myself so I can know what I'm doing going forward. So the first one is, remember that $68 that we discussed up above, and the extra $13 that I need to put into my mortgage payment. All right, what we can do in that regard is I can take the $13 from the extra monies that now I have from the internet, from not paying the internet. So that's what I did here. $68 minus $13 equals $55. So once I take that $13 away, I'm still left with $55. And that will be, as you can see the note, it needs to be planned where I, am going to use it. I don't know right now. That's why the note's there. We're going to leave it there until I hash out everything that's going on in my financial life, and then we'll see where we want to put it. However, for this month, we are going to use it. Let's go down to the next line. Now, since I have paid my mortgage, which you should have seen in a previous video. Actually, it's the video I posted right before this. The mortgage for the month of March has been paid. So now these extra monies that I set aside for the mortgage each week, I don't need to use them. So as you can see up top, I have the $281 that I typically pay for my monthly mortgage amount. And then also there's that debt amount. Remember, my debt amounts is $304 this week, and these are monies that I normally put toward the extra payments of mortgage, so the principal only. So those two amounts I will be needing to use toward the mortgage this week, but in a different way. So that's why you see this line here, that second line under the 68 minus 13 line. It's $281 plus that $304 plus the $55 we just discussed equals $640. I'm earmarking this money for my escrow shortage. Yes, I have an escrow shortage this year after they did all their calculations, because the property value went up. So since it went up, I have an escrow shortage, which you see on the line right below that with that red circle around it, of $1,004. So I'm going to have to take care of that. What they can do or have done thus far is spread it out over the next 12 months. So what will happen is that's going to cause my mortgage to go up by $120 a month. Nope, not doing that. So what I've decided to do is over the next 2 weeks, I am going to take those extra monies that I would have put toward the principal only section or part of the mortgage, and I'm going to use them to pay off this escrow. So that's why you see the $640 is earmarked out of this week's money. And so what we will need to do, let's look at that next to the last line, is we'll take the $104 shortage and subtract the $640 that I have earmarked. So that leaves us with needing $364 to complete this escrow shortage. And that's where I have on that very last line is that I will get the remainder of that in week 2, which we will discuss further in week 2. But that's the plan, guys, and this is what you need to do. You need to write out all your changes and money moves and everything so you can know what's going on with your money, so that you can know what you need to do with your money from week to week. That's all I have for this video, guys. Please subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you're doing with your money. Have you had to make changes to your budget projections because of your mortgage increase or decrease? Let me know below. This is all I have. This is Dr. Mommy Budgets, where we dream big but start small around here. I will see you in the next video. Peace.